I'm going to continue where we left off last time, right at the end of the video, and show you a couple alternatives to get it and how exactly this text editor thing works. Now, by the way, if you hear the dogs barking in the background, those are special dogs from Taiwan that I'm raising, and there's a video you can watch to learn all about them. It's really, they were almost extinct in 1980. Amazing story. But there are different text editors that we can use other than just Get It. Another one is called GNOME Text Editor. So we're just text editor. Okay. It takes a second to start, but there we go. It looks a little bit nicer and niftier. So here's another one. It's a different, text editor. Windows has Notepad. I think there are a few others we use. There are others also, such as Codium, which is the lower in the stack for VS Code, basically like VS Code. So with any of these, I could type here in the terminal, okay, I could type GNOME Text Editor. Now that's the name of the program for this editor right here, okay? And then I'm going to do some file there, which will open up the file right here because we're in work, okay? So I'm going to press enter, boom, and there it goes. This is our file here with lorem ipsum, see that? And again, as we did in the past, I could open up the file right here, okay, using gedit some file there, and then it will open here, okay. So it doesn't really matter. Now, what text editor we use, you can do stuff in the terminal. In fact, I could probably even use Office Writer to open it up. Now, I hope I didn't confuse you here with all this stuff that shows up, okay, in the terminal. When you start a desktop application, okay, for the graphic interface, but using the terminal, the computer will be talking to itself while it's starting desktop graphic interface stuff. So you might get some noise when you do that. Okay, all right, let's use LibreOffice Writer to open up this file from the terminal. Ready? Here we go. Okay, LO Writer, that's the computer name or the machine name for LibreOffice Writer. Some file there. Now I'm going to put an and at the end, which is another talk for another day, just to make sure that we can still keep using this terminal and that it doesn't stay only locked on that application. But look at that. There, LibreOffice, it's opening it up. Here's our normal desktop, starting a desktop app noise. Here it comes. Oh boy, this is going to be big. There it is. Look at that. There's our LibreOffice Writer. I'm going to resize this window using my fancy control right click. Look at that. LibreOffice Writer opening up our file. Now you see how we didn't go back to our prompt? I typed this just to make sure we're safe. I'm going to press enter and we can go back. Maybe if I didn't type this, we'd be stuck here until this closed. All right, that might be TMI. Okay, so we can use different text editors, but if you open the text editor from the terminal and you don't put the and on the end, it might get locked. In fact, let's try that. Let's try opening this file so that the terminal gets locked. We're going to use Codium, some file there, and I'm not going to put the ampersand on the end, and it may lock us in the terminal. It didn't lock us, to send us back. Isn't that nice? Okay, so we're getting a lot of windows here, and I'm gonna hide my terminal by pressing scroll lock so we can go back. Look at that. We just used VS Codium, which it's lower in the stack for VS Code. So VS Codium basically is to VS Code as Chromium is to Google Chrome, Vivaldi, Edge, and so many others. Okay, so Codium is very easy. So what we've done here is we have used different text editors, graphic text editors, and we've used the Linux terminal to start them and edit them. And this is an existing file. We could make it a new file. We could do Codium some new file, and it doesn't exist. So I'm going to open up that, and I'm going to have to, okay, there we go, right there. This is some new file, and this is the new file dealio that we get when Codium starts a new file, okay? And if I were to save this, if I were to press Control S, here I go, Control S to save it, boom, there, the new file all of a sudden exists, okay? Now, let's say I were to open up the same file here. This is some file there. Let's use GNOME text editor to open up some new file. So that's this file here we just opened, also opened here in Codium. Okay, we're going to open up the same file, enter, and it's okay. This is our graphic output noise. Okay, some new file. Now watch this. If I type something in here, okay, using Codium, let's get rid of that. That's annoying. If I type something in here for some new file in VS Codium, I'm going to press Control S to save it. Watch what happens over here. Save it. Look at that. This other program, okay, GNOME text editor that has the same file opened, it goes, oh, there was a change. And it says, well, the file has changed on the disk. What do you want to do? Well, I'm going to discard any changes I made, which I didn't, but I'm going to discard any changes and reload it. And now it updated this to what we have there. Isn't that something? Okay, now just a couple of little things here to notice about this. If I were to open up, I'm going to use, okay, Nano, which is a very simple text editor. Many Linux distros have some new file, okay, which is this file here we're already editing. I can edit it in the terminal. Look, something here. There it is. This is rather intuitive. You know, it's very simple. Your shortcuts are down here. You can edit stuff with the arrow keys. It's very simple. All right, I'm going to press Control X to exit out of that. There's another text editor that was written by Bill Joy, one of the guys who wrote the ones and zeros languages that everything works. Bill Joy, look him up. Some new file. This is a port from Bill Joy's original editor. Now, it's given me some noise because other programs are editing this. We've got VS Codium editing some new file. We have GNOME text editor editing some new file. So Vim is giving me a warning. Are you sure that you want to open this file that others are editing? I'm going to say yes. That's what that is. Vim works a little differently. And you can take a tutorial on this. You can actually get certified in how to use Vim. I don't know what good that's going to do anybody, but you can use arrow keys to go up and down, but I can't just start typing here. I have to type I for insert, and now I can start typing things. And then when I'm done, I press escape. And I can press O to go into insert mode, but skip down a new line, then type here. And if I want to save changes, I have to press escape, and then I press colon to write or save the file, or then quit, and that will save the file and quit. Or I can quit but don't save. Okay, which that's what I'm going to do here. So this is Vim, and there are lessons you can take in Vim. In most of my lessons, I like to use Vim in the terminal, but if you see this colon stuff, that's just how Vim works. It's a little bit special, and you can actually learn that by typing Vim tutor, and it will take you through. I'm going to press F11 for full screen. F11 is your friend. F11 is your friend. You can use Vim tutor here and just follow the instructions on down. Arrow keys will work, and this will teach you all those weird nuances for Vim, and in the end, you'll like it. In the end, you'll like it. Those are a few different text editors that we can use inside Linux. Stay awesome. Stay Linux.